Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together, we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, y'all. Time to 10X.
Hey everyone, welcome to NextGen on Elevate Springfield. I'm Ellie and I'm here with my dad, Robert.
Together, we're talking about what really matters to teens today. From school and skills to pressure, purpose, and possibilities, we'll share honest conversations, practical strategies teens can actually use, and a little dad-daughter debate.
This is about listening, learning, and growing. Together, let's elevate the next generation.
Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing experts serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing.
And we're back. Welcome to another episode of Next Gen on Elevate Springfield. I'm Ellie, and I'm here with my dad.
Let's go, Ellie. How you doing today?
I'm good. My stomach's going to be grumbling this entire time. I feel like my stomach only knows when the mics are on. And
I think so.
The only time it grumbles.
You seem like you're hungry and like stomach rumbling hungry every time we do this, no matter what time of day it is. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. I bet, and it's funny because it never does that before we start recording. It's only when we start recording. It's just like,
yeah, I know what it is. It's because you know that we're right across the street from Jimmy John's.
Yes.
So that's probably what it is. So you're like, ooh, starting to
rumble. It is lunchtime.
It is lunchtime. We are actually recording around lunchtime.
Yeah,
so it would make sense that it would be rumbling right now.
Yeah, I don't know when you're publishing this, but it's currently lunchtime for anybody listening. So
yeah, it will be published at 3 a.m. like every other episode that we do.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I publish each and every episode at 3 a.m. every morning, so everyone can start their morning with Elevate Springfield each and every morning, no matter what time they get up. I guess if you're super early riser, like 2 a.m., you're going to have to wait a little bit for that episode to drop.
Yeah.
But typically, I have them drop around 3 a.m. to get those early risers like me.
Yeah.
That's what I would want to listen to, right? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you want to listen to Elevate Springfield each and every morning?
Yeah.
How about that? The daughter not supporting the paw here.
Not true. I'm your most loyal Instagram liker.
You are my most loyal Instagram liker, no doubt about it. A post does not go by without it being liked by Ellie.
Even your stories, and nobody sees the likes on the stories.
That's true. Yeah, you even throw me the love on the stories, which I'll take it. I appreciate the love and support.
You never look at my posts though.
Oh, I do. I just don't always like them. I'm bad about that sometimes. I see them sometimes. I like them most of the time when I see them. But sometimes I just keep going. I know. That's terrible. Terrible father
Blame
maneuver
him
there.
in the comments.
Get me. So, well, last week we went to a career fair. That was fun.
I think that's our third one. You thought it was our fourth, but I think it's the third one we've
gone to. Took a couple of students with us there. That was fun. The chamber had their youth career fair, and then they also had their adult career fair, but we joined during the youth career fair during the afternoon because
all the people there were really nice. All the people at the booths.
Yeah, absolutely. It was supposed to be geared toward teenagers getting summertime jobs and things like that. So what are some of the places you visited?
We went to, almost all of them. The places there were like Knights Action Park. They had the YMCA. They had another camp. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a kid camp there.
That was the Urban League that you were talking about.
It was?
Springfield Urban League. Yeah,
okay,
they were talking about that their camps that they have over the summertime that you could be a kid care or camp counselor type thing.
And a lot of Lincoln Land places as well. Yeah, that's kind of just off the top of my head.
Saw the Express guys.
Chick-fil-A.
Big fans of the Express guys.
Yeah.
Don and Michael over there. Yeah. Michael and Don from Express have come and talked to you guys before. And they're always fun to see. Any of them that really piqued your interest as a as a potential summer job or part-time job, anything like that?
I'd say the YMCA because I think the lady seemed really nice and she was talking a lot about flexible hours and it's working with kids and I really like working with kids. Everything sounded great about it. Just the only thing is that it is like YMCA and it's like bigger. I guess I'm used to working at my church.
Yeah.
So it's just like in the sense of like how kids behave and like that can overwhelm me sometimes when kids are really badly behaved because I get overstimulated and I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I like, I've already tried. I don't know what else to do. That type of thing. I think behavioral could be the one thing, but everything else seemed like great about that. And then maybe about the summer camp thing too. I don't know. I can't really see myself being a summer camp, like young counselor type thing, but like out of all the things there, I was like, yeah, that I could see myself doing that maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they had some state jobs there. They had CWLP there. Like you said, a lot of Lincoln Land. There's probably 5 or 6 Lincoln Land tables from their different programs that they had. They had the general Lincoln Land booth, but then they had some of the specific programs there as well.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A. How important is that to you to be able to go out there and network and talk with some of those business owners and HR people at those places?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good to do that. And I think it's good just for when you're younger too, just to get like those social skills there too. Because I mean, I used to be really, really shy and I'm still not escaping the shy girl allegations. I swear there's still people that are like, you're so quiet. And I'm like, dang it.
You're really not.
I'm like, gosh, dang it. Like I swear I can't escape those ever. Just kind of sad, but that's, you know what? That's okay.
Well,
But
because you were more
I
like
see
that
the
when you were
progress,
younger.
so that's all that matters.
And you have had a lot of progress.
Yeah, I think it's important to do that. I think it's, obviously we've talked about it's important to know how to like, talk to adults too. And I think I'm also just like, good at that too because I work on my church and I work with my kid care team is adults and just things like that. But yeah, I think it's just important to learn how to communicate with all different types of people and just and they were all really nice too. So it's not like
they're always great.
Yeah.
No, whether it's the 3rd time we went or the 4th time we went over the last couple of years, you talked about how you've grown through that. How do you see yourself has changed from the first one of those that we went to start going to talk to people compared to this past one? Do you feel much more comfortable now? Or how has that changed over the last 2 years of going to events like that?
I'd say yes, but also no at the same time. Like, or I guess no, but also yes. Because it's like, I don't know. I remember from this like last one that we did, I was still like, you come up with me, please. Like, I think it's also just like the rustiness of it. Like, I'm not the type of person to really like, jump into something. I need to ease into it. So, and we go to those, but we don't go to them like every week.
Yeah,
so
it's not
like
an every
there's
month thing.
there's a pretty large gap in between when you go. So it's like, kind of got to get into the rhythm of it again. But once I started actually like talking to people and getting up there, I was like, okay, I was a lot more at ease talking, like the actual talking to them part and like getting into it versus when I got into it like back then, and like how I was talking and things like that.
Know a little bit more what questions to ask now and how to carry on more of a conversation.
What questions to ask? I mean, really, they'll be like, so what do you want to know? And I'll be like, anything. Like literally one guy asked me, he was like, so what do you want to know? And I was like, anything, anything you want to tell me. I don't know.
Well, and some of that too is on the company there. It should be more of an outward facing, instead of saying, what do you want to know? The company should say, hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. This is what we believe in. How do you see yourself fitting in with that? Or what could we do to help, things like that rather than just what do you want?
Yeah. Because I think that was also when I like walked up to the table and I was like, who are you? What do you do? I don't know. Like,
right.
I'm not sure, actually. I'm just looking around.
Well, you mentioned you've had a job working with kids, at the church. You've also had a more retail job where it was more in food service type, so you've had a couple of part-time jobs here over the last year.
And an instructor job.
Oh, yeah, and an instructor job with archery. Absolutely. You think it's important for people your age to have part-time jobs like that or no?
How about you answer that first? Because I want to know your answer and then I can say mine. Do you think it's important for teenagers to have a job either right when they can or in general?
Not necessarily right when they can, because you can get a worker's permit at 14 or 15. Not every, at both of those ages. Not everybody's going to hire you at that age group. I do not think it's completely necessary to have a job at 14 and 15 years old. Now, I think there's some things you could do job shadowing wise and internships and learning about stuff. But I don't think a part-time job is absolutely necessary at 14, 15, even at 16, really. But it really depends on what you're doing. If you have room in there to have a job and still be able to do the things you want to do to reach your goals elsewhere, then I think it's good because it's going to teach you some work ethic. It's going to teach you some people skills. It's going to teach you customer service. It's going to teach you all those little things that we need to know as we get into our true careers. So I think it's beneficial, but not necessary, I guess. But if you're not going to have a job and it doesn't fit in there, you still need to be learning and growing and trying to figure out what you're going to do. It's
like have that type of like gusto somewhere else
yeah,
where you're
it needs to
also
be going
learning
somewhere
things.
because some students in high school, they're playing so many sports and they have all this stuff going on that a job is not necessarily the most important thing.
Yeah, like
right
maybe
there.
they're playing sports or maybe they're doing the extra college
Yeah,
credit like
yeah.
points or something like
Yeah,
that.
they're doing extra dual credit classes or they're on student council or they're on different clubs and activities. They got a lot of stuff going on and a job isn't the most important thing right then. So I don't think it's completely necessary as long as you've got other stuff going on. The thing I don't want to see from high school students is just doing nothing and sitting around all day doing nothing because that doesn't help them do anything.
Yeah.
So either get a job or be involved in something to where you're learning and growing. So beneficial but not necessary is my answer for all high school students, really. I started with the 14, 15-year-olds, but all throughout high school, beneficial but not completely necessary. When I was in high school, I did some odds and ends like construction stuff in the summertime. Didn't really have a whole lot of part-time jobs necessarily because I was playing sports, I was in band, I was in a lot of different things. So I didn't really have one, but I also graduated from high school when I was 16 and then I started working right after that. So I guess maybe I'm not the greatest example there.
Yeah, probably not.
So, but what do you think?
I think my answer for that, I'd say yes, but I think that like when you're young, kind of like me, like I think it is important to have a job, especially if you like, I'm homeschooled, so I have time for a job.
Yeah.
And like my sport is once a week for an hour, so I 100% have time for a job. But I don't think that it's like, okay, you absolutely need a job, so go out and get one where it takes up all of your time and it overwhelms you. Even if like me, I'm not doing a ton of things at home, but I still need like my time. And I think you should still get a job that is like flexible with your hours or flexible with your time and things like that. Don't immediately go into a job that takes up all of your time. It's like overwhelming. Obviously, if you can handle that, that's awesome. Go for it. But I don't think that you need to go into this huge commitment. Like, oh my gosh, it's like not saying that a job isn't a commitment, but saying that you don't need to have a job that you work 5 days a week, like 7 hours shifts for 5 days a week, like that type of thing.
No,
like
absolutely,
so
yeah.
many
Unless
things. Unless you like really want to, you're really ambitious
yeah,
about it,
unless you really
whatever.
want to or need some high school students help with family bills and stuff like that, help pay for stuff. So in those situations, that's
Yeah, but
completely
I guess-
different. Needing the job financially rather than just wanting the job to be able to buy whatever.
I guess when you're like, if you have like the pressure of people around you being like, you need a job,
Mhm.
like I think don't go for a job that's like that. Like go for a job that's like, okay, like 4-hour shifts, you work like
Mhm.
2 to 3 days a week, like that's it. Like you don't need like this huge thing
Right.
with it, and you're still gonna like, it's fine, like
No, I understand. And like all those jobs are going to help you with developing, work ethics and professional skills and things like that. But the ideal situation is maybe you have a job that's halfway related to what you think you might want to do.
Mhm.
So maybe you want to be a mechanic or whatever, it'd be really nice if you're able to go get a part-time job at a auto repair shop, whether it's working the front desk or whatever, just so you're around that type of atmosphere and seeing if that's really what you want to move forward with.
Yeah. And I think obviously it's like a, saying that everybody should work in customer service. So then
Right.
which I agree with that. Yeah. But then again, I'm also the type of person that would never be mad or get
customer.
on somebody. Yeah, be the rude customer. I never would be, but I do think that kind of gives you a new look at it. It was so funny because I had just started a job like that where you're working like the cash register and everything. And I had gone to church, and our church has a cafe, and the lady was kind of like struggling with the the laptop like cash register, and she was like, sorry, I'm kind of new at this. And I was like, actually, that's really funny because like a week ago I was doing the exact same thing because I was literally like, okay, where the heck is everything on there? And I saw myself in her so much. And it's like, obviously, I never would have judged or been impatient. Just like, oh my gosh, she can't do it. Like, whatever, even if I didn't have that experience. But like, I don't know. It's just kind of like fun. And I think also if obviously there's people that need to have that kind of experience to show them. See, like broaden your horizon because you're rude.
I will tell you, I don't know if I ever told you, I did have a paper route for quite a few years.
A what?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, that was great. That was perfect. Yeah, that's because nobody your age knows what a paper route is.
A paper route?
Yeah. So newspapers, those old newspapers
Yeah, I know what a newspaper is.
that people would read. So it used to be where, and I don't know if it still is to a degree now, but used to be where in your neighborhood you could have a paper route. So we had our neighborhood plus neighborhood next to us.
So the
plus
route
another
you
one.
go to drop off newspapers.
Correct. That's what it is. So yeah.
Why'd you gotta call it like the?
That's what they call it, a paper route. So when I first started doing it, they would have people that would drive the papers to the people's houses that did the routes. So at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, this guy would come by and he'd throw these big stacks of papers on our porch. And then what we needed to do was we'd get up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because you had to have them done. You had to have them delivered to the people's houses by 5 or 6. I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 in the morning. Yeah, it was an early morning thing. I think it was 5, but it might have been 6. So we'd have to get up, and when they deliver them, they were just in flat stacks, just paper on top of paper on top of paper. So we had to take those, fold them up into, like little tight balls, put the rubber bands around them. Yeah, rolls, not balls. Yeah. So yeah, that'd be weird if I balled it up. That wouldn't be very fun, would it? Yes. Roll it up, put the rubber band around it, and then that's what we went and delivered. So we did that for quite a few years. And Alan and I, my little brother for the audience, we would run the paper route. So you'd have your bag and you'd go down your street, go down the next street, go down the next
With
street.
With all due respect, what's the point to the story?
So I was just telling you about my first job, I guess. So I don't know why.
Did you get paid?
Yeah, you got paid for that. Not very much, but we got paid. But
Interesting.
I just thought it was interesting that those really aren't around as much anymore. But that's what we did as kids.
Yeah, I guess my point is that especially if you're an out of touch type of person, you definitely do need to work in customer service just to have a little bit of a wake up. 'Cause it's like, I also think it has given me more empathy because I'm still human. So like whenever something's taking like forever, I'm like,
did you throw
what's going on?
You throw the out of touch thing in there because of my paper route story?
What?
Did you throw the out of touch thing in there because of my paper route story?
No.
You saying I'm out of touch?
No. I'm talking about people that are rude to customers. They're out of touch because it's like, why are you doing all that?
Yeah. You want to talk about my paper route some more?
No. Wait, where was I? Interrupted me with your paper routes.
Yeah, you're dogging me about my paper route story. That's where you're at. Go.
No, I wasn't. I was not. I promise.
No, I'm just telling you, that's one of the jobs that we had, and it didn't have anything to do with really customer service other than don't throw the person's paper in their bush. Make sure you get it on their porch. That's all it was, or in their mail slot, depending. They had different places where yours. It was well. They were very particular. Some people were.
I just said I didn't want to.
I want to tell you a little bit more about my paper route story, Ellie. I know you're dying to hear this. So
I'm at the edge of my seat.
Yes, they were very particular. Sometimes, they'd call in and they'd say, "Hey, I want my paper on the hooks underneath my mailbox. Make sure it sits right there." Or I want my storm door opened and my newspaper sat in between my storm door and my regular door. Yeah, and that was
the high maintenance.
Yeah, pretty high maintenance. But that was the extent of the customer service. Make sure I put the paper where it was supposed to go.
But yeah,
you can talk to Alan about that if you want more information about our paper route.
He's old now.
Yeah, I know.
I have to text him.
Not quite as old as me, but he's getting there.
Oh, he's old. He made fun of mom for like ages when she turned 40. So
true. Now he's in the club. So
yeah, but I think it's given me like, as I was saying, it's like I'm still human. So like whenever something's taking forever, I'm just like what's going on? What's happening? But I think it's really my brain now is just more like, what if they're new? Give them a break.
Yeah, exactly.
What if they're just having a rough day? Like, chill out.
Yeah,
like,
overloaded with orders. I'm sure there was
yeah,
days where you were like,
look
"Oh
how
my
busy
goodness, look
they
at
are.
all these orders that just came in all at once. Now we're kind
Yeah,
of
like
overloaded."
call me the bleeding heart liberal if you will, but I don't. I'm just like, what if they're struggling? It's okay. I remember when me was like that. I'm still not the type of person to be like annoyed with things like that because it's like they're like scrambling around back there, like whatever. I'll get it when I get it, as long as I'm like whatever. But in those like rare moments when I am just like, I'm like, what if they're new? Stop! Or what if they're not new and they're just struggling? Like it's fine. It's
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I think it is too much of an excuse. It's like, oh, they're just new. It's like, it doesn't matter if they're new or they're just struggling or they made a mistake. It's fine. They don't have to be new for us to give grace to people.
Exactly. Anything else you've learned? Any workplace traits that you've learned from your 3 jobs over the past couple of years? Or are you just kind of going with it, hitting it?
I'm kind of just going with it. I'm sure there is. I just can't think of any at the moment. But it is funny because I had one person like be like, "Oh, you're looking for a job?" Like at like the job fair, and I'm good for now, but thank you. And then he's like, "Do you have a job?" And I was like, "Well, actually, because they had the application forms, and they asked me if I wanted one, and I was like, I'm okay for now, but thank you." And then he's like, "How are you gonna pay your bills?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And then he's like, "Do you have a job?" And I was like, "Yes." I kind of have like 2 jobs at the moment, but I'm like, yeah, it's really funny when that happens. Where they're like, what are you gonna do? Like, do you have a job? And I'm like, yes, actually, I have 2.
I do.
I have 2. I just had 3, but now I have 2. So, what you gonna do? I don't.
No, I think it's been good. You've been able to make a little extra money. You've been able to learn some customer service. You've been able to work with some kids.
Yeah,
Been able
and
to do some of the archery stuff that you like.
it's kind of
So,
funny because like all of my jobs kind of transfer to each other. Because like when I was working in like retail, when I was like the cashier, some kid came in and she was like talking to me, and I work in kid care, so it's like I like talking to kids. So it was funny because it felt like both of my jobs were just like colliding, and I was like, I don't know, it was interesting. I'm
Yeah.
like, I love kids. It's like, hi.
you feel like I've seen it in you a little bit more lately about working with kids. Do you think you might want to work with kids in some capacity as a career? You didn't used to be that way.
No.
You've been showing that a little bit more lately, so that's why I'm asking.
I know. It's funny how when I look back on my, I don't want to say childhood because I feel like I am very similar to when I was like a kid, but like in my time from when I was like 6 to 13, I feel like everything I am now is opposite of what I was then. And it's so weird because I swear everything that like makes up my being as a person now, it's like, you never used to be that way. And I'm like, I know. Isn't that weird?
Isn't that
Like, that's so strange. Like, I literally just watched a video of me doing like a room tour when I was like 12.
Oh, those were great.
Yeah.
Those were awesome.
When I was like 12, and I had picked up Notebook, and I was like, oh, I got this from Claire's. Claire's is my favorite store, but I like this because it's not too girly. If you don't know, I am like the girliest girl to ever girly girl ever.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
just a few
Like,
years ago, you were like no girly stuff at all.
I was very awkward. I would wear like the jeggings, which were like jean leggings. So they were leggings that kind of had, I don't know why they were called that though, because they didn't look like jeans at all. They were just kind of like dark
Denim
navy
colored
like
leggings.
yeah, it was a strange thing.
You loved them though.
But I don't know. But yeah, with like the kids, like when I was younger, Adeline loved kids, and I was kind of just like, it's a kid, okay.
Yeah, Adeline has always.
Yeah, that was kind of just like,
That's her little sister, if you don't remember, audience.
that was kind of like it. But now I'm just like I still kind of stay away from like the family babies because Adeline takes over the family babies. Sorry, family babies. But I think that's also partly because of like the type of person I am. If I'm a certain way for a long time in a certain environment, it's hard for me to break out of that in that environment. If that makes sense. Like at archery, like I was the quietest person ever. This also has to do with the fact that archery is just so silent. It's like if I say anything, I'll get jumped if I say something stupid. And I say stupid things a lot. So that's like scary. Sorry.
You were talking about my paper route?
No. Sorry, I'm just yapping right now. But it's very hard for me to just like become talkative in that space because I've been quiet for so long. Like I've been doing archery for years around the same people for years. And it's just hard for me to break out of that because I've been doing that for so long. So I kind of see that in the same way with like the kids in the family where it's like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. But it's like from afar, like I don't really go up and interact with them just because like Adeline and my little cousin are also just with them. So it's like, it's
Right.
whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think after serving at my church, I started to notice little kids everywhere. I'm just like, oh my gosh, look at that kid. It's so cute.
Never know.
And then I'm just like, wow, I actually really do like kids.
Might turn into a career path. So any other?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't really.
I mean, yeah, no, you got plenty of time to figure it out.
I don't know. I can't really. I feel like I can't really see myself doing that because I've also told people that it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be a mom either. And people are always like, what? You're not? I've only told like 2 people this, like my best friend, my mom. What?
Well, you just told a whole bunch of people right now.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, I don't know. I see myself as like the fun aunt, not necessarily the parent. I love kids, but I just don't see myself like having a kid. I don't know. I just don't. I see myself as like the fun aunt who works with kids all day, but then comes home, but then doesn't have any of her own. Because I love kids, but I don't love actual inner workings of like, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't think I've told you this either.
That's completely your decision. So either way, your decision. So be the fun aunt if you want to. Go for it.
Yeah.
Have at it. So any other benefits that you think you've gotten from working these last couple of years?
I think just like social skills, learning how to maneuver your money and stuff like that. Because it's like, oh my gosh, it sucks right now because I'm actually in a really good place with my money. Yet I still feel like I shouldn't spend any of it. Like, I have money guilt. Like I don't want to spend it, but it's like there's so many things I want, but I don't want to spend it. And it's like, I think that's also partly because mom's always like, you don't spend.
Just hold, yeah.
Don't just like, save it. And I'm like, I am saving it.
Start a business.
What business would I start?
Anything you want. Think of something.
It's funny because mom was like, you should do like the little like market. And she was like, you could do like the blind date with a book. And I was like, wait, that's a good idea. And the thing about me is that I buy all my books and then I get rid of them after I don't like them. So I was like, wait, I could use all the books I get rid of. So then I technically am not spending a ton of money on things like that. But the thing that sucks about like the blind date with a book is like it's the profit off of it and everything like that because the book is like $20. And then it's like, okay, since it's blind date with book, I need to make a profit off of it. I can't just sell it for $20. But then again, it's like I'm upcharging it for this amount of money when it's just wrapped and it's just like, oh, it's a little like mystery or whatever. And then it's like, oh, you can add things to it, like a face mask or anything like that. But then it's like, I have to spend money on that too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to charge you like $40 for a book that I got for like $15. Like,
well, maybe after this, let's sit down and let's brainstorm some ideas here.
Yeah, but I really don't want to do that. So
I think we can come up with a business idea for you. It doesn't have to be that.
I just wanted to say that was all.
Well, yeah, we'll come up with a business idea.
No. I'm not in the middle of struggling with it. I just want to say it.
All right. Well, one of these days you will. Maybe. No? Maybe a paper route.
Well, audience, I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna head out and we're gonna go to Barnes & Noble and see how expensive their stuff is there. So,
well, yeah. And before we go, though, for any of those high school students out there, remember it's not necessary, but it is beneficial. But what is necessary is growth and impact and trying to figure out some things that you want to do to impact your life and those around you. And one way you can do that, and I know Ellie definitely agrees with this, is getting a paper route when you're a kid, right?
No.
Try to throw it in one more time. So, well, it was fun as always today, Ellie.
That sounded really fake.
What?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, your sounded really fake.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You must not have had any fun at all.
I'm sorry.
We'll try again next week.
Yeah, probably. Well, thank you for joining us on NextGen on Elevate Springfield. See you next time.
See ya. Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agent, is here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343. Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget, while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Ferriell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
When I first walked into Shudokan Karate Club, I was just looking for a way to get stronger, but what I found was so much more. Here we train in traditional karate, the real stuff, passed down through generations. Every punch, every kata has purpose. I've learned self-discipline, confidence, and how to protect myself. Not just in class, but in real life. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being prepared. This is more than a club, it's a way of life. Join us at Shudokan, traditional, powerful, real. Ki-ai!